Hey everyone, welcome to the Practical Gardener. In today's video, we are going to talk about this particular plant. Can you see this beautiful bloom here? This is called the maple hibiscus or the cranberry hibiscus. Maple leaf, because the leaves of the plant have that deep, dark, reddish purple color, and they resemble maple leaves. So it's called the maple leaf hibiscus. And cranberry because of the lovely color. I also understand that the leaves are edible. The flowers themselves are pretty bland. They are edible, and they can be used to make, like hibiscus tea or even lemonade, or even in like kombucha, etc. So let's understand a little bit more about the plant. This is the flower, and then you can see the buds here. Can see this is a spent bloom. This was blooming yesterday, and see how it's curled up. Some of them use the spent blooms for the hibiscus tea, and then these are the buds, so these will be the ones that will flower here. Now I have a bunch of them in my garden, and the reason for that is they add a beautiful kind of dimension. So if you look at it, it's a beautiful contrast with the green in any garden. So and you can see one here, right here, a big one, a big bloom here. Can you see that? Okay. So I have one plant here. Similarly, I have a nice looking plant that's popping up here. The biggest one I have in the garden is this one. You can see how big it is. This is actually a very fast growing plant. You can grow it easily from cuttings. You put a cutting in from one plant. I've been able to make at least, I'm not sure, we counted about 3 plants already, right? So I also have the 4th one here. Can you see this? To break the monotony of green, it's a beautiful contrast. The red is a beautiful contrast. So 4th, and then I have the 5th one here. This one is also beautifully, look at the lovely leaves, and look at the beauty of the leaves. Apparently this is edible, and you can use them in salads as well. I haven't ever tried it. I want to do a little more research before I try putting it in my salads, but yeah, apparently it is. That's what I've been reading about. And this is my 6th plant. So I have 6 of them. Defining different areas of the garden. So I have one in this corner, and then one here, and then so everywhere, and there's a red here. Just I have the red and green combination just to add that dimension. Now to talk a little bit more about the plant care tips. Now this plant is, it belongs to the hibiscus family. So while it is called a maple leaf, it has got no connection to the maple leaf or maple tree, etc. This belongs to the hibiscus family, and it loves bright sun. It can bloom profusely once you give it a lot of sun. Very, very low maintenance. So put water and sun, and that's it. And as I said, it's extremely easy to propagate. It propagates easily from the seeds. The spent blooms kind of, like they form seeds, and it propagates easily from seeds, or it just propagates from cuttings as well, just stem cuttings. And that's mostly how I have propagated mine. So whenever something becomes too big, I just cut off a stem and plonk it somewhere in the garden, and suddenly you find a new plant popping up there. And that's about the maple hibiscus. So a lot of sun, bright sun, give it a lot of water, treat it like a hibiscus. And unlike your regular hibiscus that gets a lot of aphid attacks or mealy bugs, I have seen that this plant is more pest resistant. I haven't seen too many pest attacks on this. And more than that, I think the foliage, I'm in love with the foliage. So even if there are no blooms, that's perfectly fine, because just the foliage adds so much of dimension, so much of beauty to the garden, that even without blooms, it just looks, it seems as if you have kind of a maple tree growing, or a maple shrub growing in your garden, and has the same beautiful cranberry color as well. So that's maple hibiscus for you. I've spoken about the care tips as well. So treat it like hibiscus, and I'm going to end on this shot of the flower.